This is debunk video number 2 in the Delphi murder case of Abby and Libby. Social media has a ton of different groups out there on these cases, or all cases, but this case has a particularly huge number, it seems like, popping up virtually every day. Some of them are actually dedicated to spreading rumors and wild speculation. And using the word wild is actually being kind. Some of the stuff is absolutely bizarre and strange, and just picturing some of these people sitting on a jury makes me a little nervous about society. All right, so here we go. We're going to start at the beginning here. And you'll see that there's a post right here that was in one of these groups. And all three of the images I'm going to debunk irrefutably are from the helicopter footage that you can see on YouTube or even on Facebook. And here's what it says. All of these photos were taken from the video pinned post in this group. I will encourage you to look very close to them and know this is actual footage the news released. And I want you to read that it's actual footage to imply some inherent credibility to the images that they're going to share with you, even though what they're sharing is and trying to imply with the images is completely bogus. Okay, so let's get started. Here's the first image. Look at that. Wow, a white car in the middle of the woods. How in the heck did that get there? That is incredible. Well, you know what? It's not. It's actually at the edge of the cemetery. And I'm going to show you this. Here's the helicopter flying in the air. Now, the helicopter footage has a lot of glitches in it, but this one will immediately zoom into it. Now, see, look right there in the background. There's a red vehicle right here and a white vehicle. And you'll see the vehicle. You can see the red vehicle, and the white vehicle is just down in the corner where my mouse pointer is. And then it's going to go down. You can see it fully there. The red car sort of disappears behind the trees because of the angle. And you can see that there's more vehicles. There's one there. There's one here. And that's just, it's at the back of the cemetery, okay? So that's what we're looking at. And what they did was they just took a still right here that made sure that you couldn't see any of the other cars. All right, and let me just prove to you that this is what we're looking at here. This is the proof that there is a red car. Now, right there. Here's the cemetery. Here's the red car in the corner. Everybody who's followed the case knows that there's an actual red car that was at the cemetery when the crime scene cars got there. Now look at. That's the white car that's in the footage, and more of them lined up right here. All right, so that basically debunks that image. There isn't a singular car in the woods. It was at the edge of the cemetery. All right, now here's the second one. Wow, look at that, another car just sitting in the middle of the woods. But incredibly, it's totally bogus too, and here's why. There's the helicopter. Now look at, there's 625, the private drive. 625 becomes the private drive, and the car is already on the private drive. Now look, it's driving, and ooh, they stop it right there and crop it out, cutting out the road on the right and the left so that it looks like it's a car just in the middle of the woods somewhere. And here, this one I'm moving out, so you can see that's the exact same image. All right. So that image, to me, they intentionally did that. It's not like you can accidentally crop out everything that would signify that it was actually on a road. All right? This was intentionally done to stir up some controversy. All right? So that's number 2, done. Now we're on to the third one. This one's a little bit more complicated, so I might stumble through it, but it's totally bogus. See, here's the yellow arrow pointing at, this is some water up here. It definitely is. It sparkles on the video. This is a still they took from it. And then this blue arrow is pointing down here to a crime, or not a crime, but where they believe they can see bodies. Okay, and it just isn't true. You can see, much like the suspect image, see how there's blobs of pixelation? Well, this is caused by video codec. Whenever you compress a video, you get some of these artifacts in there, like right there, there's right there. Okay, but the arrow's pointing right to this area. Now, what they did was you can actually see a little square in there, because I put an image in there. This is where they're saying they see the bodies, and they actually blew it up and then outlined it. Now, you'll see it here in a second. I'm gonna right there. I just put it on the screen, and you can see that they actually outline what they see are bodies there. And I mean, that's just crazy in itself. Also, I mean, you're just drawing lines around, just color in a pattern. It's like looking at finding a rabbit in the clouds. All right. So here's some of the comments. Everybody got so excited. Oh my God. God, please. And I feel sick, and my heart breaks, and this is heart-wrenching. And like, these people actually believe this stuff, and it's pretty incredible. All right, here's some more comments. This person seemed somewhat skeptical, which is good. Good to see somebody like that. And now we're back to the image. Now let me show you where this actually is. Okay, so let's start right here. Right here, you can barely see it, but that's the helicopter that's in that still shot. And here's the bridge, the Monenhai Bridge. It might be Monenhai, I can't remember exactly how you, or Monen, but anyways, here's the bridge, goes across. Here's the southeast side of the bridge. Here's the private 625 over there, and then the private drive. And then it goes around. Here's police vehicles actually parked right here, and then it looks like there's another one driving there. I can't see very well right now, but we're not playing the video, but let's see. Yeah, actually, this is where the vehicles were parked. Excuse me. There might be some more down there, but I can't tell. But this is where the vehicles were parked. The crime scene itself is right over in this area. Okay. So now we're going to zoom in on the helicopters. See that? Now it's right over the southeast end of the bridge, basically. And now it's heading out into, more southeast over there. Now it's taking a hard left, I think, heading north. And now look, this is the key right here, this area. Now notice, right now you have this object, and see this line right here? It's a discoloration. This video was taken in February. Google Earth is actually April of this year. Amazingly, they just updated it. Google Earth. So we have this discoloration line, and it runs right into the curve here. All right, so let's go over here. All right, there's the curve, the discoloration. Can you see that? Right there. It's slightly different than this, but it's greener now because it's April, and it runs right into the curve. All right, that's where that shot is when you go back to the video editing software. Now the helicopter crosses the dry area and goes across, and when it goes across, you see, boom, this area right here. It's like a road and then another road going this way. Well, let's go back over to Google Earth, and it's right there. Okay, so the side road that goes along, and this one goes here, and here's that little sort of point that you see right there. Okay. Right, so now the helicopter continues in this direction. And we'll see that. And it starts to pixelate, and then it freezes. Okay, now you see this little, that is water. Okay, but what that is water from a creek. Okay, it's one of the not Deer Creek, but it's one of the feeder small creeks that feed into it, and I'll show you right here. All right, so these creeks right here, that's what you're looking at, is exactly that right there. The helicopter's right over here flying. It just passed that, kind of came down, and you're looking at the water in this creek right here. Okay, now look where that is compared to the crime scene. The crime scene's way over here. Okay, so the supposed bodies they were looking at were right here. Now, after this video is produced, you're going to have people in that same group say, wow, so there's 2 more bodies? Instead of actually saying, oh, wow, that really was bogus. Okay, so for all the rodeo clowns out there that are actually making these images and spreading them around, don't do it. It's actually hurting the case. All right, so I'll be putting more of these out, and thank you.